let's talk through why I really love the seated leg curl. So if you saw this lying leg curl video that we'll post here, you'll see that one of the flaws of this exercise is the ability to raise your hips out of it and cheat, so to speak. And if you don't have a partner to push down your lower back, you could potentially get your erector stealing some of that load as opposed to it all being directed towards the hamstring. So what I thought I'd do today in this follow-up video to the lying leg curl is talk through the seated leg curl and honestly a lot of the reasons why people are saying this is a superior exercise to the lying leg curl. Now, do I truly believe that? No. But they do make valid points, so let's talk through them. All right, step one of why this is preferred for most is it locks me into place. So let's watch this. Feet on top. My back is flush against this back pad. I'm gonna drive that pad down, and now look, I can't go anywhere, right? I can't get quad drive. They're locked in. I'm like in a roller coaster. So all I can do is flex the knee to contract my hamstrings. So here, get a good range of motion, a good stretch, bam. I can't cheat this. I'm literally locked in. This is like a preacher curl for my hamstrings. So here, bam. Great exercise. And then on top of that, guess what all the cool things we can do? We can do all the drop sets. We can do the partials out of this like you've seen me do where I'm just partialing here. Get a great stretch from those hamstrings. I mean, right here, my hamstrings are fully lengthened. And you can see, like, I can get all the way to there, which is too much stretch for me. So this is a great exercise if you're hyperflexible through the hamstrings, so we can really work the stretch position because it can fully lengthen them, right? And again, this bracing, the ability to brace is why most like and prefer this piece. Because they say, hey, I can take all the variables out of it and only use my hamstring, and that way I know, like, whatever I put on the weight stack, say it's 100, 200, 300 pounds, that's what I'm lifting with my hamstring. So let me show you a couple of these reps just so you can mirror the form, right? So with this piece here, you'll notice I have a pad on my lap, and that's just because this machine is set up weird, and the only option I have is to grow my legs another 3 or 4 inches. Which, I don't know who has legs that big, but more power to them. I guess Big Rammy could use this and use the whole settings. But that's why I have this pad here. And then what I want to do is I lock this in so you can see when I come up here, push it down, I'm trapped. Now from here, I like to take my hands and I brace on this crossbar and really lock in. So I'm driving my upper body back against this back piece so I can't get any jerk or momentum out of my upper body. And I'm going to crush reps. So come up, full stretch, down, full contraction, fully shorten my hamstring. Bam. And as you know, like I said, triple drop, partials. So let me show these partials while we're talking form. Come up, stretch. These are slow and controlled. Only right to there, guys. No more than that. This tempo is what I want for partial. Control, control. If you look at my toes too, they're neutral. They're not plantar flex. They're not extremely dorsiflex. They're neutral. No matter if I'm doing partials or full range of motion. And then the third piece here, if you want to do an iso hold, come down, find the maximum contraction for me is right here, my hamstrings, and I'll just hold this for 30 to 60 seconds. So all great options here. Let's talk sets and reps. If I'm going to do this on my primary leg day, or let's say I'm only training hamstrings with my quads and glutes, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with seated leg curl. I'm going to do 2 warm-up sets of 12 to 15 reps. I'm going to do sets of 6 to 8 for feeders all the way up to my top end set where I'm looking to get roughly 10 to 15 reps in my top end. Now, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to do a triple drop. So let's say I use the stack, which here is 150. Then I'm going to drop down to 100, go to failure, drop down to 70, go to failure, then do 20 bottom half partials, really slow and controlled. And if I'm feeling really froggy that day, I'll throw in a 20 to 30 second iso hold. And I'm only going to do that one work set for my hamstrings until I get to RDLs at the end of my day. But in terms of seated leg curls, that one extended set is all you need. Now, on the flip side of that, let's say I'm going to do a volume-based hamstring day, like you might see here. What I'll do is I'll do 3 or 4 sets, and it might be sets of 20, 15, 12, and 10, or my absolute personal favorite that I love is I'll do 3 working sets here. I'll do 12 full range of motion reps with 12 bottom half partials. I'll rest a minute, go up in weight, do 10 full range of motion reps with 10 bottom half partials, rest a minute, go up in weight, and finally do 8 full with 8 partials. 3 working sets, and my hamstrings are blitzed. Now, I'll either start hamstrings with that exact sequence, or what I really love to do is to do single leg curls, and then come here, that's my second exercise in rotation. So that's how I would do this seated leg curl. Honestly, another cool way that I've done this in the past is my lower back's feeling really tight and stiff, and I don't feel like doing, or when I say I don't feel like it, let me be very specific there. If my lower back's so fucked up where I'm gonna get injured, instead of doing an RDL movement, I will use this piece to stretch and lengthen my hamstrings. So let me show you how I would do that in that scenario. I want to stretch my hamstrings because I'm trying to replace an RDL motion. So I'm gonna take my pits of my elbows, wrap forward, squeeze, contraction, 1, 2. Now, this is the contraction is still important, but what I'm after here, guys, is that 1, 2, squeeze, up, 1, 2, squeeze, really stretch, 1, 2, squeeze, and then cool little finisher here for you guys. If this is the last exercise of the day, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit in this, right here in that full stretch, lean forward in 30 seconds, fighting that. 1, 2, all the way to 30 seconds. There you have it, guys. All things seated leg curls. No matter if you're starting with them or finishing with them, that's how I like to do it. Build these into your workout program. I really challenge you guys to do both, or honestly all three. The single leg, the lying leg curl, and the seated leg curl. And guess what? If you don't have a standing or single leg curl, do one leg on the lying leg curl. It's the same shit, just do it one leg at a time. Because I want to isolate each hamstring individually. So, as you all know, I really truly believe in my heart, the reason my hamstrings look the way they do is because of leg curls. But you have to take them to the end. You have to go to failure. That burn that you get when you're doing them, it has to be so excruciating, your brain is begging you to quit, but you continue to do more. Lean into that stretch. Slow down the negatives. Fight and really contract as hard as you can. If you can walk normal after a set of hard leg curls, you didn't do them right. Until next time, guys, like, share, subscribe. Trust TV.